Boom, week 4 recap. We got a little camera today, boys. We got a bit of lighting on the go. We're trying to bring a more professional vibe to the video. So we're going to just see how this one goes, and we may or may not do it in the future. We took 2 positions this week. One position was completely valid, which ended up being a loss, which is just a bit unfortunate. The second trade we took, we thought was completely valid. Until we got in the trade, we then realized that we weren't valid. And so I got out at break even on 2 of my accounts and I held it on the other. But I'm going to show you more of that now as we move over into the charts. Right, moving over to the charts, this is Euro USD. On Monday, we took out Asia session lows. We chopped throughout London session till after 10 AM. And then in New York session, we just moved higher. So there was no opportunities there. GU, we did the exact same thing. Just swept the lows, chopped, and then moved higher. Moving over to Tuesday, we took out Asia lows and we just moved straight to the highs without any entry points for us to get in. And then through New York session, we just moved higher, so no positions there. And then over on EU on Tuesday, we done a similar sort of thing. We came down and we swept the lows. Pretty sure this is, yeah, you moved more than 50% of the range lower. So you're invalid for any trades here by 840 anyways. And then in New York session, we just moved higher, so nothing for us there. Moving on to Wednesday, we've got Euro USD. We take out Asia session highs. We have that 5-minute change of character. And then you almost retrace into 50% of this gap, but you don't manage to get there. And the only other problem we had with this trade, so it would have been a hit or miss if you got tapped in or not. And the only other problem we had is that you can only get 1.5 to Asia lows. We need it to be 2, otherwise we're not valid for the position. So nothing for us there. And then in New York session, we did sweep out the lows and we just moved lower. So no positions for us there. Over on GU, in the morning we did similar sort of thing, just swept the highs, changed character, didn't retrace, and you couldn't have got to, could you have got 2 RR out of this one? I don't think, off the top of my head, I don't think you could have, but no, yeah, same thing, only 1.5. So that is that. Right, now moving over to GU in New York session, we took a completely valid loss, so it's just a bit unfortunate. We come down, we sweep out London session lows when you close below this line. Then you have that 5-minute change of character, and you come up and you take out these highs. You retrace to 50% of this gap, and this has been happening a lot recently. This is not a news candle. You just randomly, we've been getting big fuck you candles in the market for no reason whatsoever. So just got to take this one on the chin. It's a little bit unfortunate, but it was completely valid, so we just got to keep it moving, and that's it. Coming into Thursday, this is where it gets a bit technical. So on Euro USD, it looks like this is the high, but for some reason there's a slight gap here. But my high is 7 AM, so this is my high. So there's no sweep here. Looks like we almost sweep, but you don't. Or it looks like you sweep, but you don't. Just move straight to the lows. And then in New York session, we did come out and we did sweep out London session lows. Draw this on. Just about close below. And then you actually do have the 5-minute change of character as well. But there's just no entry gaps, and so you don't take any positions, and that is that. And now this is the technical one. This is the invalid position. Bearing in mind what I said about EU having the 7 AM candle, tiny little gap, it's the same thing here. But I didn't realise this, so I thought that we had taken out Asia highs, then had the 5-minute change of character, tapped into this gap. I thought we was completely valid. Now, after this candle, so when I was in the trade, I realised that this was the 7 AM candle, and so we weren't valid to be in the position. Somehow, I didn't get stopped out, and price come back to my entry, so I closed it on my 200k very, and I closed it on one of my 35ks, and I decided to just let it run, and I moved my stop straight to break even on my other one. Price did actually go to 40p, so I was laughing. And yeah, that was that. I had the win. Then in New York session, we just took out London lows and then chopped and that was it for Thursday. On Friday, we didn't sweep out the highs, almost did, moved to the lows, and then 10 o'clock comes around, so no positions there. And in New York session, we sweep out London highs. Do have that, no, I don't have the change of character. Change of character would be all the way down here. So you do have it eventually, but no positions. You don't get any positions on Friday. Then moving over to Euro USD on Friday, we do sweep the highs. You change character eventually, but by 10 o'clock, that's it, no positions. And then in New York session, come up, take out the high, you have to change your character and you just move lower. And that is it done for the week. Now I just want to move over and show you. So we've been having a bad month. This is what we've been looking like for the month. So this is the week. So we've got the loss that we took, and then the win that we had, and then I'm going to just show you on the other accounts as well. Then as you can see here on the 200k verification, we took the loss and the break even, and now I'm going to show you the other live. And then this is the final live account where you can see that we took the loss and the break even position. Now that is us done for week 4, and I'll be back next week for week 5. Big man things.